Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Now we are going to present our English paper assignment. This is the member of the group. There is Rahardyan Purwanto as a leader, presence number 26. The next, Arifuddin Achmad as vice leader, presence number 5. And then Ghatsha Arsa as a reporter, presence number 11.
We have our moderator, Alvitto Didha EP, presence number 4. And then we have Achmad Ainnur Hakim, presence number 1. And Destar Naja myself, presence number 8 as our speakers.
Okay, this is the table of contents. It consists prepositional phrase, noun phrase, adjective order, and adjective clause. Then this is the prepositional phrase. And what is prepositional phrase? A prepositional phrase is a group of words consisting of a preposition, its object, and any words that modify the object. This is some explanation of prepositional phrase. So prepositional phrase are called adverbial phrase and adjectival phrase, respectively. The object can be a noun, a gerund, a verb from ending in ing that acts as a noun, or a clause. And there is one example. There is some example like, is he really going to the party in that car? To these basic elements, modifiers can be freely added to be like, is he really going to the party in that old British car? Some of the most common prepositions that begin prepositional phrase are to, of, about, at, before, after, by, behind, during, for, and etc. There are two types of prepositional phrase. The first one, prepositional phrase as adjectives. Adjectives modify nouns, pronouns, and other adjectives. They can be simple words that provide more details. Like the example, the old books sounded so intriguing. Okay. And take a look at the manner in which they can tell us more about the nearby noun. In this case, the bold one, the italics one, the book, and with the tattered cover is the prepositional phrase as adjectives. Okay. So the second one, prepositional phrase as adverbs. Well, adjectives modify nouns, adverbs modify verbs, and other adverbs. They too can be simple words. For example, she frantically raced for the door. So take a look at the example below. Like racing toward the finish line, Sarah realized she just might win. So the italics word is the verbs, and the bold one is the prepositional phrase. Okay.
And then the second one, we have noun phrase. A noun phrase is a group of two or more words that is headed by a noun, a person, place, or a thing. That includes modifiers, the, a, of them, with her. A noun phrase plays the role of a noun. In a noun phrase, the modifier can come before or after the noun. And now, the explanation of noun phrase. A noun phrase can also be headed by a pronoun. For example, the dog with fleas. This is a noun phrase headed by a pronoun. Like any noun, a noun phrase can function as a subject, an object, or a complement within a sentence. In each example below, the noun phrase is in a bold and the head noun is highlighted. Singing in the bath relaxes me. Here, the pronoun phrase is the subject of the verb relaxes.
Okay, next we have adjective order. In English grammar, adjective order is the customary order in which two or more adjectives appear in front of a noun phrase. This adjective order is also one of the rules in using adjectives correctly. So when more than one adjective comes before a noun, the adjectives are normally in a particular order. The most usual sequences of adjectives is opinion, size, age, shape, color, origin, material purpose. And the examples, He is wearing an old leather jacket. It is a long, narrow wooden brush.
Adjective clause. All adjective clauses are dependent clauses. A dependent clause is a group of words that consists of a subject and a verb, yet it is not a complete sentence that can stand alone. Adjective clauses begin with a relative pronoun and relative adverb, which connects them to the word they describe. Explanation of adjective clause. Adjective clause that begins with a pronoun. When an adjective clause begins with a pronoun, the pronoun is the subject of the clause. The example is the dog that performs the most tricks will win the prize. The subject of this adjective clause is that, and the clause modifies the word dog. The verb here is performs because that is what the subject that is doing. Adjective clause that begins with an adverb. When an adjective clause begins with an adverb, the noun or pronoun following the adverb is the subject. For example, the restaurant where they serve fried zucchini is my favorite. This, this adjective clause begins with an adverb where the subject of that clause is the pronoun they. The verb is serve, and the adjective clause describes the restaurant. The restaurant where they serve fried zucchini is my favorite. Types of adjective clause. There are two types of adjective clauses, restrictive and non-restrictive. A restrictive clause is one that limits or restricts the noun or pronoun it modifies. For example, people who are rude are difficult to be around. And the second one is a non-restrictive clause. Does not limit the noun or pronoun it modifies. Instead, it gives a bit of additional information. For example, my brother, who is sometimes rude to guests, lives down the street from me.
We would like to say special thanks to our beloved English teacher, Miss Sri Rahayu Prihatini. Without her, we're just a piece of dust who doesn't know anything about noun phrase. She taught us so many lessons and guided us to finish this assignment so well. And because of her, today we understand what noun phrase is, when, where, and why we should learn about these things so that we can applicate this knowledge both in our daily life or in our education life for the future. Thanks for being the only reason for us to learn and understand this. Her passion, enthusiasm, and fighting spirit make us being determined people today. Thank you for your attention. Goodbye. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.